Thank you for joining us, and here are some of the stories we're filing at this hour. I am Frank Komalape. And now the federal government says Nigeria Air, the country's proposed national carrier, has received the Air Transport License, ATL, to commence operation. The Federal Ministry of Aviation disclosed this on its Twitter handle. The development comes 4 years after the national carrier was first unveiled by the Minister of Aviation, Hadi Sirika. The Aviation Ministry said, and I quote, "The ATL certificate has been presented to Nigeria Air. Congratulations, Nigeria Air is here and is going to provide quality service to Nigerians." And of quote, in March, Nigeria Air Limited applied to NCAA for a license to operate scheduled and non-scheduled passenger and cargo services. Away from there now, the federal government has set up a special technical committee with a view to ending the perennial rejections of Nigerian non-oil export products in Europe, the Americas, and other parts of the world. The chairman of the Technical Committee on Export Rejects and Director of Commodity and Export Department of the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, Suleiman Adedayo Audu, said in Abuja that the committee will work hard to make recommendations on ending the rejection of Nigeria's products. He noted that the terms of reference of the committee were to identify reasons for the rejections and proffer solutions to them. The executive director of the Nigerian Export Promotion Council, NNPC, Exdra Yakusak, on his part said the committee had a 5-week mandate to identify gaps and proffer solutions to the problem. He noted that about 50 SMEs had so far benefited from the program. Nigerian products are often rejected in several parts of the world due to poor use of chemicals and the likes. In 2015, a consignment of Nigerian beans was barred from entering Europe owing to wrong use of chemicals. The ban imposed on Nigerian beans is yet to be lifted 7 years after. And our foreign direct investment in Nigeria has crashed by 78% in 3 months amid a worsening foreign exchange crisis in the country. Figures obtained from the National Bureau of Statistics show that the country's FDI fell from $698.78 million in the fourth quarter of last year to $154.97 million in the first quarter of 2022, indicating a decrease of 78% of $543.81 million. According to the report, the nation recorded an FDI of $154.97 million in the first quarter, which comprised only equity investment. The report noted that Nigeria recorded $698.78 million FDI, which comprised equity capital of $692.58 million and other capital of $6.2 million in the fourth quarter of 2021. The country recorded $107.81 million, $77.97 and $154.76 million foreign direct investment in the third, second, and first quarters of 2021, respectively. The central bank governor Godwin Emefiele had said at the last monetary policy meeting that a marginal interest rate hike signaled the need to curb inflation and could moderate foreign exchange pressures in the medium term by attracting foreign investors. Meanwhile, some $57.79 million in foreign direct investment entered Nigeria's telecom sector in quarter one, that's first quarter of 2022. This is according to the latest capital importation report by the National Bureau of Statistics, NBS. According to NBS, the federal foreign direct investment showed a 2.6% increase year-on-year when compared with the $56.28 million the sector attracted in the first quarter of last year. The NBS data also revealed that the funds attracted by the telecom sector accounted for 3.67% of the total capital importation in the first quarter of this year, which stood at $1.57 billion. Statistics show that in 2021, foreign investment in the telecom sector stood at $107.5 million, a 287% decline compared with $417 million recorded in 2022. And now the president, the Association of Bureau de Change Operators of Nigeria, Aminu Gwadabe, has urged the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, to use the Bureau de Change operators to end multiple rate practices and usher in stability in the foreign market. He noted that the CBN's operational manual defined BDCs as small retail and institutions licensed to carry on the business of selling personal travel allowances, business travel allowances, school fees, and medical bills payment abroad, among other roles at the retail end of the foreign exchange market. However, he noted that the various policies of the CBN on the operations of the subsector continue to be inhibitive and limiting BDCs from providing their constitutional roles in the forex market and economy. Gwadabe called for a collaboration between the BDCs and the CBN in the implementation of market-friendly policies that will make the BDCs impact more positively in the market and promote exchange rate stability in the economy. Away from there now, amid increasing calls for diversification of the economy, Nigeria's crude oil export jumped to 5.6 trillion naira in the first quarter of 2022, reflecting nearly 200% increase when compared to the same period in 2021. The figures contained in the foreign trade report of the National Bureau of Statistics said Nigeria's total merchandise trade stood at 13 trillion naira in the fourth quarter of 2022, indicating an increase of 11.05% over the value recorded in the fourth quarter of last year and 65.41% higher when compared to the value recorded in the first quarter of 2022. The export rate in the quarter under review stood at 7.1 trillion, showing a rise of 23.1% over the value recorded in the preceding quarter, and also an increase of 137.9% over the corresponding period of the preceding year. On the other hand, total imports were valued at 5.9 trillion naira, indicating a decrease of 0.7% over the value recorded in the preceding quarter. And now the Nigerian Port Authority (NPA) has disclaimed media report that it planned to revoke some port concession agreements. NPA Managing Director Mohammed Bolokoko, in an interview, said that contrary to some substantiated claims in a section of the media, the agency has no plan to sack any terminal operator from the port. Bolokoko said the port concession program, which brought terminal operators into the port, has improved port operation and contributed to the increase in NPA revenue. He assured that negotiations were ongoing to renew expired concession agreement. And now the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited recorded $920 million, that's about 386.4 billion naira deficit in its planned funding for priority projects in the first 4 months of 2022. Latest data from the National Oil Firm has shown. He said amid increasing cash crunch and the inability of the organization to meet its monthly financial obligation to the Federation, comprising the federal, state, and local government, which operate a joint account, recalls that in 2021, the company posted a deficit of over $2.6 billion for cost recovery and priority projects, although it budgeted about $5.8 billion for the purpose. While through cost recovery, a party is able to recoup its capital and operating costs out of a specified percentage of the production, the NNPC also has major oil and gas projects meant to boost the country's production. And away from there now, the Food and Agriculture Organization FAO has stated that it has committed more than $140 million to boost ocean health and transform aquatic food systems. FAO also underlined the importance of aquatic food systems for food security and poverty eradication. Director General of FAO, in his opening remarks at the Blue Talks organized by the permanent representations of Kenya and Portugal to the Rome-based UN agency, said that the FAO has already submitted 12 voluntary commitments to the UN Ocean Conference scheduled to take place from 27 June to July 1, 2022, and co-hosted by Kenya and Portugal.